You think that we created you purposely and that you will not be returned to us? It says in the 23rd surah, the true sovereign is too exalted above that. In the 44th surah, we did not create the heavens and earth and all that is between them in play. That serves a purpose. Now, what sort of purpose can it possibly serve? So I tried to, apparently the Quran speaks about believers and those who are the rejectors. You have the believers on the one hand, the rejectors on the other. Now apparently God has created us to be believers. So I tried to study what the Quran has to say about the believers, and it's a natural thing to do, to see what it wants us to become, if it has anything to do with these essential elements that it stated. I mean, it's a natural way to approach it. I think you agree. Do you agree? Somebody nod your head. That's what I say to my math students. Just one head nod is enough for a mathematician. Get one head going, okay, I did my job. Okay. So, how does the Quran describe the believers? What are they supposed to attain to? What is their ultimate thing that they're supposed to get? What are they ultimately supposed to achieve? And it's very clear when you read the Quran that what they will achieve in this life and will experience to so much greater degree in the next is they will experience a relationship of love with God. They will turn to God in love and God will turn to them in love. In the Quran, God's mercy, compassion, forgiveness, kindness, beneficence, warmth, generosity, all the things we normally think associated with God are freely given to all mankind. But when the Quran speaks of God's love, we would normally think of that as God's love. But when the Quran speaks about God's love, it's talking about something very special. Love is always presented as a relationship between two. If we do not turn to God in love, then we just receive His mercy, forgiveness, kindness, beneficence, warmth, generosity, all those wonderful nurturing things, His nurturing, and we reject it. And so we never really experience that love, because we never really turn to it and open ourselves up to it. It is always there for us, but unless we enter into that relationship, that love, that give and take, that relationship of love never develops. We reject it, and that's what the word kafir means. It means to reject, to turn your back, to ignore, to throw a gift that someone gives you behind your back. And so the Quran tells us that the believers will experience this sublime relationship of love. It says, "Yet there are men who take others besides God as equal, loving them as they should love God, but those who believe love God more ardently. Say, if you love God, follow me, and God will love you and forgive you your faults, for God is the forgiving, the merciful. O you believe, if any from among you should turn back from his faith, then God will assuredly bring a people he loves and who loves him." And throughout the Quran, I'll mention time and time again that God loves the believer. God loves this type of person. God loves that type of person, and so forth and so on. So it's quite, and I'm trying to pick the speed up here, so you'll have to excuse me for that. But it is apparent from the Quran that one of the purposes of creation, maybe the essential purpose of the creation, is to produce from this subset of humanity that will freely enter a relationship of love with God. They will not only experience the beauty of other relationships in their lives, but this love that they will experience with God is the sublime experience that they will enjoy. Not only in this life, but infinitely greater in the next, when all the distractions, all the masks are stripped away.